Get the wheelbarrow back. So Stephanie says she heard or she saw headlights up at the house last night. So you go check that out. Shouldn't be anybody up there, and this was about 0200 in the morning. Shouldn't be anybody up there. So you're gonna look for tire tracks, things like that. Make sure the house is locked. Make sure there's nothing in it. If it's not locked, stuff like that. It's just weird that there would be headlights up there. Shouldn't be anybody up there. So go check it out. Okay, I'll be back.
I'll let the boogeyman get you.
I'll get the boogeyman. You see any tire tracks or anything?
Hey, you did? Is the house locked?
Yeah, both doors.
Basement?
The basement's unlocked, but it's a padlock. The padlock's not locked, but it's on. So there's nobody in there. It looks like to me. I don't even know how that door opens.
I think you gotta pull it out or something.
I don't think it's hinged. Yeah, I didn't see anything that looked like fresh tire tracks. There's a very big basement up, like there was a house over there. I walked down the road a little bit. There's a big basement.
I know there was lights, and those weren't on.
No, I mean, if you saw lights, you saw lights.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing else. Well, there is none.
Oh, it doesn't have it?
I mean, there's some. Got us enough. But
We'll give them what we got. Maybe it's gonna stop to get some more. I don't know that.
here's a bag of goat food.
Which one is that?
It says goat.
Golly, what about her?
I got it. Hers is right there.
Okay.
I already.
Oh, okay. I don't remember now.
Pretty sure it's, yeah, it's got it. That looks exactly the same. So, yeah.
You get it to the fence, I'll carry it in.
Oh, it's actually pretty light.
Oh, okay. Well, I can carry it in. The way you looked at it, I thought it was.
I thought it would be heavier than that. Rusty's losing his mind. Oh well, shouldn't try to run out the gate.
Welcome home, honey. Y'all should have went around date night.
You guys leave, they just party hard. Like all the things. Does nobody want this Reese's? It's been there for a month. Lord. That's what I was like, how about?
Yep. Last year was kind of like
Nope.
learning
Nope.
and getting our bases down, and then
Nope.
the year
Oh God.
seeing where we tend to be on the property and how things work.
You done angered her.
I forget it's a mobile home.
Yeah, first year they move out. But
Man, chill.
Hey.
She's just wanting to look at stuff.
I didn't know that was on.
He's getting close to daddy.
You singing?
Why, buddy? He just wants down. Going to start a fight?
Oh, gotta stretch it out real quick. Get my corner here. Get loosened up. You gotta cut the cord sometime, Dad. You gotta cut it. Oh, Lord. I got everything all stirred up.
I know.
You jumped down. I told you not to. The old Daisy's about, or Kiki's about to fight Daisy.
Daisy, come here.
Well, she mad at Daisy.
He just does this pitiful little yell like, why are you so bad?
Well, I guess we're there. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all you Democratic Socialists out there for your win. I know this means a lot to you. So, congrats. You won a big one for the establishment, so now we can continue to be exploited and robbed by a growing government pretty much until it collapses in on itself. So congratulations on your win, though. No, it means a lot to you. And for all of you Democratic Socialist sticks that voted for this, congratulations to you too. You've successfully sacrificed freedom for security. Security. Say that with quotation marks because it's not security, it's exploitation. Being exploited. But, you know, you go and believe in, hey, women. But cheer up, Buttercup. It's not the end. This isn't as bad as it can get. And socialism's only responsible for, what, 130 million deaths through history? So, looking on the bright side. You crack me up, man. But there is a one big bright side to this. You like history. I'm a student of it. Student of humanity as well. And I think that's kind of goes along with, you know, reading and learning history is part of learning people's motivations. So you remember all the times that you read about in history when civilizations fell to tyranny. And the people basically caused it. They voted for it. They enabled it to happen. And you wonder, you think to yourself, how could they have done that? How could people sacrifice their freedoms for this? How could they think that would be the right thing to do? Well, fear not. Because you actually get to see it happen now. You're lucky enough to be alive at this time in history when you get to witness it live. You get front row seats live. So all the questions of how these people could let this happen, or let that happen, about to be answered. Just pay attention. If you think about it, we're kind of lucky to be alive at this time in history because we're witnessing history. Make no mistake about that. And you get to see it firsthand, so yay. Here's the thing though. It was always going to come down to this. Always was. No getting around it. This is who we are as humans. This isn't any one person's fault. This is a collective fault. This is humanity. So, I don't know, it's not much of a silver lining. Really, it's none, but, you know. You can say maybe something better will come from the ashes later on. It's further down the road. It's further down the road than we can even see right now. And it probably will. This is a cycle. It'll repeat itself because the cycle is us. We're humans. This is what we do. This is our nature. So, it is what it is. Don't be too depressed. Don't be too sad. Because it really is out of our control. I mean, we think we're so advanced and so progressive. Just repeating the same shit over and over, repeating our own history. We haven't progressed. Technologically, we have. Yeah, sure, that's bound to happen. We should be much further along than we are. And a big part of the reason why we're not is because of our own nature. We don't want to pursue things like fusion ignition that help us get to the stars, things of that nature. We don't focus on that. We focus on our own differences. We war with each other. We're going to keep doing it. So, this is not unprecedented. To use a buzzword. I hate buzzwords. Basically, it's happened before, and it'll happen again. So, I don't think humans are responsible enough to govern themselves or even maintain freedom. We're too weak, too small. No, that doesn't cheer you up, and it's not really meant to cheer you up, but enjoy the show, at least. And also remember, this isn't technically Republicans versus Democrats for most of us. I think most people even, they may say it is just because they're opposed to socialism. They want freedom. So they align themselves with Republicans. But when it comes down to it, I think even those people know both sides are to blame for this. They're all the same. Career politicians are all the same. Doesn't matter what side of the aisle they sit on. But Republicans are to blame too, and I think most people know this in their heart of hearts. I know it. So, when you see people charging the Capitol grounds, they're not going after Democrats. They're going after them all. Every backroom deal for every time one of these Republican senators voted a weird way, and we heard about it on the news, well, what made him? And then they go to justify it to the talking heads on TV. This is for all of that. Because there's been a lot of that. And not saying what they really mean because they don't want to offend a certain group, because they want to maintain votes for every time they've been dishonest. They are all career politicians, corrupt in ways that we probably can't even begin to know. And for us, probably going to get kind of interesting. Real interesting. And if you do find yourself being sad, depressed, or feeling like you're alone, you're the only one that thinks the way you do, you aren't. You're not. And don't be sad. And if you are sad, just be cool, honey bunny. Cheers.